Hey everyone, I'm Samantha Masters. For most of human history, men were selected for contribution. Women were selected to choose men who could provide and protect. This ancient feedback loop, male effort meeting female selectivity, is what anchored family formation and gave men purpose. Today, that loop is being systematically disrupted. AI is threatening to remove traditional work, a universal basic income to flatten contribution signals, and modern environments are set to no longer reward the traits many populations were shaped for over thousands of years. This is a five-part series called The Working Dog and the Lapdog. Using the dog breed analogy as a clear lens, we examine ancestral selection, female mate preferences, identity, and the real generational timescales of human adaptation. The goal is not despair, it's clarity, because understanding these patterns honestly is the first step toward better outcomes, or at least avoiding the worst ones. Let's walk through it. Part 1 introduces the core analogy. Different dog breeds were shaped for different jobs. A blue heeler or border collie was bred for intense focus, stamina, and all-day work. A lapdog was shaped for low energy and contentment in small spaces. Put a high-drive working dog in an apartment with no job, and you get restlessness, anxiety, or destruction. Human populations went through similar selection pressures. Many ancestral groups thrived in high adrenaline environments, hunting, raiding, short-burst action. Others were shaped by long, steady agricultural and industrial labor. Female selectivity never reset. Women still respond strongly to signals of competence, status, and provisioning capacity. When the old constructive channels are closed or devalued, selectivity shifts toward looks, height, charisma, or dominance. In a coming AI UBI world, this mismatch becomes systemic. The provider signal collapses for most men, and the energy that once went into contribution finds other, often destructive, outlets. Part 2 digs deeper into female selectivity today. Despite all the cultural changes, women still strongly prefer men who can signal stability, higher income, professional or skilled trades competence, and behavioral reliability. These are not social constructions. They are the predictable outcome of millions of years of evolution. The choices provided by the pill, welfare expansion, cultural shifts, have weakened the provider signal, and now the threat of AI UBI is set to make this worse. When that ability to signal is removed for large numbers of men, selectivity simply focuses more brutally on the remaining traits: looks, dominance, short-term charisma. The result is more stratified mating markets and fewer stable pair bonds. Part 3 looks at identity and contribution across time. For most of civilized history, a man's identity was tightly bound to what he did. What do you do for a living? Was never just small talk. It was a rapid assessment of mate value and contribution to society. The Great Depression gave us a clean historical test. When male employment collapsed, marriage rates dropped sharply. When the economy recovered, marriage rebounded. Female selectivity responded directly to the strength of the contribution signal. We see the same pattern today in countries like Japan and South Korea, with low-income young men living with their parents well into their 30s, often in small or shared accommodation, with marriage rates near zero for the bottom earners. In a mass universal basic income world, the ancient link between identity, contribution, and female choice is deliberately severed for the dependent class. Men lose one of the primary historical roots to mate value. The working dog without work doesn't just become bored. He loses a core mechanism that once made him valuable to women and to himself. Part 4 applies the full dog breed analogy to the coming lapdog world. High-drive breeds struggle most with boredom, restlessness, and destructive outlets. Steadier breeds face quiet demotivation and loss of purpose. Everyone loses the daily rhythm of effort and reward that has anchored human psychology for millennia. Female selectivity is also bred for the match. Even in dual-income households, Many women still need the felt sense that the man is the primary or significant provider. When that is removed, the pairing often feels mismatched for her. The current problems we see in high welfare concentrations of historically high adrenaline groups are a preview of what becomes systemic when AI and UBI flatten contribution signals for the majority. Part 5 is the hard reality check on timescales. It took hundreds of years, often many centuries, of intense, deliberate selective breeding to shape the distinct dog breeds we know today. Even with strong artificial selection, 30 to 50 plus generations were typically required. Human generations are far longer. 30 human generations is roughly 750 to 900 years. Expecting rapid adaptation of deeply ingrained behavioral traits, time preference, impulse control, drive, in just a few generations is unrealistic. Past rapid changes, industrialization, the pill, the internet, already caused major disruptions to family formation and fertility. A fast AI UBI transition would be far more abrupt. The prudent path is very slow integration or deliberate restraint on mass AI job replacement in areas tied to identity, status, and pair bonding. We cannot breed new traits into humans on demand. This series is a warning, not a prediction of inevitable doom. Human nature is not infinitely malleable. The ancient feedback loop between male contribution and female selectivity is real, powerful, and currently being broken. If we rush into a lapdog world without creating new, constructive ways for men to signal value and for women to select for it, we will amplify the existing mismatches rather than resolve them. Both sides of the equation must adapt if stable families are to remain possible at scale. Read the full series on our AI Gap website. The link is in the description. Thanks for watching. With quiet concern and steady hope, I'm Samantha Masters.